Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, Pattsun, and today we're going to be taking a look at r/relationship advice, where OP discovered that his fiancé actually does adult videos. Let's begin. My fiancé was cheating on me, and I found out because I was emailed a porn featuring her, and I have no idea what to do. Posted by Reddit user ThrowRA Wife Video.
So I never thought I would ever post something here. I come mainly to see what other people have going on in their lives. For backstory, we've been together and supposedly exclusive for 4 years now. So as the title says, and I don't know who emailed me and they've not responded to any of my responses back, but they just sent something that only just told me her name, her age, and that she was cheating on me. It was a link to a video file download. Now I know I shouldn't be clicking weird links, but with the details being so specific I was kind of weirded out and did it. And it's her, no question. Recent too because she has tattoos she's only gotten during her time with me, but I'm still not too sure of the timescale. I've not spoken to her in a couple days because of this. I just have absolutely no idea what to do, and the fucked up thing, I've watched it on repeat for hours and don't know what to feel. The thing that's just so stuck in my head is that I've always expressed the idea that when we get intimate, that maybe she might be able to wear a sexy pair of fishnets and heels. She's never done that and apparently doesn't own any, and yet it's pretty much exactly what she's wearing in this fucking thing. What am I supposed to do now? She's not even wearing the ring I got her in this stupid thing, so that makes me feel like it was intentional. I wanted this woman to be my wife.
OP, you have video proof that she cheated. Get the ring back if possible and then dump her ass. If they cheat, it's over. No exceptions. She will initially lie that she haven't done anything. Show her this video and her waterworks will follow soon. She will cry, beg, plead with you to stay and that it was just a mistake. Then eventually blame you for the infidelity, how you didn't pay her enough attention, etc. We all know this trick, so don't fall for her trap. Tell both her and your parents why you two are splitting and then cut off contact permanently. Okay, now that is out of the way, it's time for my real opinions here. I call bullshit. 100% sure this is fake. This story is seemingly posted by the same user with minor variations, and it's approximately every fucking week. The giveaway is that they barely respond to any comments, and the format of the name, which is usually something to the tune of throwaway RA cheating wife. This just doesn't make any sense. We have no context. How could someone reach out via email to the boyfriend and the boyfriend has no idea who it is? What? Someone would have to know the girl, knew of the video's existence, and then would have to have your contact information. And you seriously have no fucking idea who it is? Not even a little bit? Anyways, let's move on to today's second story. My girlfriend says me making a woman best friend is not the same as her having a guy best friend. Posted by Reddit user Sunset Beach 25.
I don't have a woman as a best friend, except for my girlfriend, really. I have women as friends, but not close enough to call a best friend. However, she recently brought up that she has a man best friend, so I said, so, would it be okay if I made a woman best friend at my new university? She then said, it wouldn't, because it is not the same as me having a guy best friend I've had for years. It was a disagreement that ended with no solution. What are the thoughts on this? Edit. I don't know if me adding edit is necessary, but I see people do it sometimes. Anyways, I've seen many people comment that it's not the same, because they've known each other longer than her and I have been together, and I can't have a woman best friend now, because it's too late while I'm in a relationship. I see what you're saying, but it doesn't actually make sense. If we're going to have that logic, then why would my girlfriend need to maintain a guy best friend while being in a romantic relationship with me? I have gone above and beyond for this woman, trust me. I cannot emphasize that enough. I have done so much, which is why these thoughts sparked up in me. Yes, I was a bit insecure, but I kept my thoughts and opinions to myself until today when I started that discussion. Edit 2. Alright, I appreciate the input and opinions. I hope you all have a great day. My girlfriend wasn't too happy, but I said what I felt and thought, so I guess that was necessary. Maybe I'll leave you all an update if she wakes up and decides to pack her bags, or if we talk things out and compromise. I'm going to read everyone's comments later. I think I read most of them. Anyways, my girlfriend and I are fine now. We both got up in the morning, and I am going back home to see her for a bit. We get into disagreements here and there, but we're not in a bad toxic relationship. I'm only mentioning this so that no one thinks that I'm putting anyone through hell. I'm just sharing so that I can get input from many people, and I feel comfortable doing it this way. Unless my girlfriend wants to talk about this again, we can, but I am not mentioning this anymore.
I 100% agree with you, OP. This is some bullshit double standards. Who you want to be friends with is your choice alone. You being in a relationship should never restrict that fact. Look, sure, in my opinion, it depends on the nature of how the friendship is formed in the first place. Generally speaking, if you meet someone and form a new friendship with someone of the opposite sex during the normal course of life, for example, at work, at school, mutual acquaintances, etc., and you two become friends, then I really see no issue. But if you go to, let's say, a bar or a similar social environment when your significant other isn't there and exchange numbers with someone else, then that is a big no-no. And if you talk to some random woman on social media that you've never met prior, then that's not weird at all. That's a blaring red flag. Look, OP, you can have a female best friend, and she can have a male best friend. That's fine. However, you all need to be able to socialize together. If she doesn't want you around while they hang out, well, I guess that's a real problem, and you already know the answer to that. Look, you also need to make sure that boundaries are firm, and if any issues arise, just be prepared for the worst. Alright? Good luck, man. And now, for today's final story. I'm currently in the labor and delivery ward at our hospital with my girlfriend. She's being induced tonight, and her mother is causing some serious problems in the room. I'm not sure how to proceed. Posted by Reddit user FlameBoss20.
So I should preface this by giving a bit of background. My girlfriend is 38 weeks pregnant and is being induced, already started tonight. We have been dating for 3 years, coming up on the 15th. Her mother has never liked me, even since the beginning. I smoke pot, and she's a pretty conservative person, so this did not fly with her. My girlfriend also smokes, but is much more casual than me and enjoys edibles more. We've had our fair share of relationship issues, which I won't get into very much, but her mom knows about most of the issues. So we get into this room tonight, and her mom is joining us along with her brother. We get into the room, and I haven't made much conversation with her. I haven't seen her in probably 2 years. We get settled and her brother leaves, as this first night isn't supposed to be eventful. Nothing crazy happens at this point. However, when the nurse leaves the room, she keeps pressing that I should leave. I told her that no, I was not going to leave. I told her that my girlfriend told me that she wanted me here, and I wanted to be here for my child. When the nurse left, she at first got up to leave, as she did not want to share the room with me overnight. However, when she was about halfway across the room, she basically blew up. To summarize the tantrum that unfolded, she called me a pedophile for sleeping with a 15-year-old. Not true. Called my sexuality disgusting, and told me some disgusting homophobic terms I won't repeat, but queer was one of them. Called me a bum because I didn't have a job for the last 2 months. I was fired in July and was working by the end of August, and have been working since. Threatened to call the police and report me to her police chief of the county neighbor. Threatened to post this on Facebook. Called my mother an alcoholic. She's not. Threatened to take my child away and make me pay child support. So obviously completely thrown back. She was basically on rapid-fire insult mode and wouldn't stop. I told her she was being incredibly mean. Her only response was, "It's true." I'm literally speechless. My girlfriend, her daughter, was practically in tears because she wanted her to stop. Her mom literally didn't care. At the end of her tantrum, she said, "I will make your life a living hell," and decided to stay and sit closer to me. The last words to me at this point was that I was immature for playing of video games, Pokemon Sun 3DS, during this. I told her she's been on her phone this entire time, and that my girlfriend brought her Nintendo Switch console to play games. And that brings us to now, where I am sitting in the room with both of them, writing this post. I honestly don't know how to navigate this, and I'm afraid that her mother is bullying her into making decisions. And when her mother was asking me and her about me staying, she looked genuinely scared. My girlfriend told me that I could leave if I wanted to, in a low voice. I'm not going to leave her here, with this abusive parent. I'm just not sure what to do now. Is there anything that can be said to hospital staff? Is that something I should do? I'm here for my girlfriend and my child, not to fight with her mother. I am just in awe that she finds her behavior acceptable. TLDR. Girlfriend is going to be giving birth here in the next day or so. Her mother is acting like a 4-year-old and bullying me and her daughter. I have no clue how to navigate this situation. Small update. Girlfriend is still being induced. However, her mom left the hospital last night around 2 a.m. after she was just talking to her mom about sleeping. I was laying down on the couch and she is in a chair. She got pissed and update that a 52-year-old woman doesn't get to sleep on the couch, and even when told I would move, she got pissed off at my girlfriend. She told her that, "You seem like you don't know what to make up your mind. You really need to say what you want." And basically told her afterwards that it's me or him, and you can't have both, which is ridiculous. People have both their mother and boyfriend or spouse in the room at the same time. I literally couldn't believe she was trying to bully her daughter into not letting me into the hospital, but her mom left and said, "I don't know when I'm coming back." She ended up coming back in the morning, around 7:30 a.m., and has been here since. I was asleep from about 6 to 1, so I haven't heard any more nonsense yet. I plan on recording if she ends up blowing up again, and doing what the commenters suggested. Small update too. I left the hospital this afternoon as the nurse said nothing was going to happen, and my girlfriend suggested I go home and get lunch, relax a little, and come back. When I returned, her mother used my absence as ammo, claiming that I wasn't being supportive and she's been in extreme pain and I haven't been there for her. My girlfriend was aware of everything I was doing, mostly sleeping throughout the day, so nothing of note happened. She also used the fact I was sleeping as ammo that I didn't care about her. She also said some more wonderful things, like threatening to remove me from my own apartment, me and girlfriend on lease, threatening that my girlfriend was going to get custody and get a restraining order against me. We've been living together for almost a year now, by the way, threatening police involvement again. In the past, she had called the police because my house was a drug house. The police came, we talked, they did a walkthrough with me and my father's consent, and found nothing of note. This was noted by the officers as a false report, and if they were called again, they would investigate her. I lived in a different county 4 hours away at the time, around 2 years ago, so I'm unsure what would have happened. I haven't smoked in a few months, as commenters were saying weed is bad for the situation. I completely agree. I have no intentions on smoking again, until it's legal for me to do so in my state, Florida. I spoke to the nurses about the situation, and I was told since we aren't married, I have very little say in the situation, unless she is causing a giant issue. I practically was in tears talking to them, because there is a chance that she had already done it, and I was extremely anxious. I just want her to be happy, and told them I didn't want anyone removed. I want to be able to experience this with my girlfriend, and not have her mother bully and berate me. The last interaction that I had was her claiming that she was going to move my girlfriend away from me, and that I would be responsible for the apartment. My girlfriend didn't hear any of this, and I doubt she'd ever consent to that, so I'm not worried about her doing that. I'm mainly concerned with her mother's reaction to her choosing to live with me, because it's come down to this. I also plan on having a serious talk with my girlfriend alone after he's born, about the future of the relationship with her mother and our child.
OP, your girlfriend has the final say on who should be in the room with her. If she's being stressed out, hit the call button. Ask the nurse to check your girlfriend and tell them that the mom is stressing her out. If the nurses observes her being stressed, they will ask the mother to leave the room. Just be prepared to leave the room for a minute while the nurse speaks with your girlfriend and help keep her calm. Your girlfriend just needs to tell the nursing staff to boot her out of the room. They'll do it, and they'll involve security if they have to. They won't tolerate anyone stressing out a laboring mother. Also, OP, I am so sorry that your possible future mother-in-law is a Karen. You poor, poor man. Now for OP's full update.
So the update isn't the best one, but I figure I'd ask for advice again. Around 12 a.m. yesterday, my girlfriend was given an epidural and was put into labor. She had to have an emergency C-section, and our baby was born around 4 a.m. He's beautiful and wonderful, and I'm so happy he's here. As for the situation with her mother, a few hours before this, the nurses approached both of us in the room and said that if any more drama occurs, we would both be removed from the hospital. After he was born, I got to hold him some, and we were moved to the postpartum room around 3 hours after his birth. From there, he was sent to the NICU. His blood sugar was low. By this morning, he was released, so all is well with the baby. However, my girlfriend told me that my behavior scares her. She told me that she feels I care more about the legal stuff with the baby than with the situation. I told her that wasn't true. I have a hard time with communication with her, but the gist is that I was asking about the birth certificate yesterday, instead of asking how she was. I apologized for this today. I guess what I'm really looking for help with is what my girlfriend's mom suggested. She suggested that she take my girlfriend and the baby to her house for 2 weeks after she's released. Her reasoning for this is that our dog would rip open her stitches. I told her this concerned me, as her mom would not allow me to stay there with her, and I would be only able to make visits. I feel this time with my son is very important, and he needs both of his parents around all the time. I made sure I wasn't working for the next week or two, and I have our place completely prepped for her. Her mom also has a dog and 8 cats. I believe it's just as dangerous there. I have expressed my concerns, and my girlfriend basically told me she'd just think about it. I'm not going to press her for her input, but I feel that this again is less about my girlfriend and the baby and more about keeping me away. She hasn't said much, but has made comments about random things like me staring at her breastfeeding, or about how she is the only one supporting my girlfriend and the baby. TLDR, her mom is trying to get my girlfriend and the baby to move in for a few weeks, and I believe it's just another attempt to distance me from my child and my girlfriend. Thoughts? Thank you everyone for the nice words. Edit 1. Some context, we aren't married. The fair share of relationship issues would be mostly random fights, like overeating in bed or not getting the dishes done. She is a very anxious person, and with the pregnancy she was very stressed out. She spent a lot of times very upset over easily solvable problems. We have been dating for 3 years, and during the first year and a half, we broke up quite a few times, and I cheated on her once. We reconciled and we both grew past it. I could go into more details, but this should give you the gist. Her mom mainly dislikes me due to the past drug use, marijuana, and she believes that I do harder drugs, which I don't, and due to our financial state. We are hurting for money a lot, and girlfriend has asked her mom for help a lot, and she was under the impression I wasn't around, because my GF was afraid to tell her mom the truth about us. And the update. Early this morning, while I got here at 8, my girlfriend's mom was asleep and my girlfriend went to the bathroom. She spent 15 minutes in there crying. She texted me that her stepfather, raised her from age 10 onward, would disown her and stop helping financially if he had my last name. She ended up waking up her mom, and her mom called a nurse and blamed me for her crying. When asked, Megan told the nurse it wasn't my fault, but she didn't want to talk about it. We signed the birth certificate today. During this, they were going over the information with us and they asked if we lived together. We do, and my girlfriend was trying to avoid the question by saying, he's on the lease, which her mom pressed her for a better answer. I told her just tell the nurse yes or no, and she said yes. This made her mother very upset. She even tried to claim as a witness that I did not sign it, and that it should be invalid. Final update. In the hospital now. My girlfriend texted me and told me that she wanted to come home, and explained that to her mom. In retaliation, she left immediately as I got here, told my girlfriend that she wasn't going to be home so don't come over, and accused me of bringing alcohol in the hospital, and calling me a liar when I told her what was in the cup I left at the hospital. We are going home as soon as she's discharged, and we will figure out what will happen from here on out. My girlfriend told me her mom's collecting evidence against me, whatever that means, but I'm happy it's over for now.
Good God. I sometimes feel that we should have a class in school that teaches people how to set boundaries towards others. OP should have taken that class and set boundaries with the mother-in-law and asked his girlfriend to take the same class way before the child was even born. If he did that, he wouldn't have these kinds of issues now. Look, OP, you and your girlfriend has to go to therapy as soon as you can. Not just to get her anxiety addressed, but also learn how to set these so-called boundaries with the mother-in-law. Because if not, I can clearly see this becoming a relationship killer someday. And most importantly, that Karen's behavior will also affect your child growing up. And you don't want that to happen. Good luck, OP. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my YouTube channel for you to watch absolutely free. So consider clicking that super thanks just below the video title, or you can use my PayPal in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, make sure to subscribe to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.